Oh, this is a good picture.
Gene Dinah's life changed drastically when his husband Bob died 8 years ago.
I miss him every day.
They had been together for 46 years and built a beautiful life in Fort Lauderdale, Florida.
I like this one. That's a picture of Bob and I, the two of us, at a park in San Francisco. He was just great. He really was. I couldn't have had a better partner, I think.
But they had no children, so when Bob was diagnosed with leukemia and later dementia, Gene became his full-time caregiver.
I took care of him as best I could. He never complained. What I loved about him is he was not a whiner.
During Bob's final years, Bob and Gene were finally able to get married after the Supreme Court made marriage equality the law of the land.
My husband was very happy when we married. He'd been in the closet, for all those years. And he was fine with it. He was really happy.
Just 2 years later, Bob died.
I never thought of losing him. My whole life was him.
Now, at 76 years old, Gene has no surviving relatives who can help take care of him.
I didn't see a doctor or dentist for 4 years while I was his caretaker. And when it was all over, I started going to the doctor and I found out I had prostate cancer.
Since his husband died, Gene has been connected with the group SAGE, which offers services and advocacy for LGBTQ elders, a demographic that for most of their lives was not able to get married or adopt children by law.
So many of our elders have grown up in a time when discrimination against the gay community was much more intense.
SAGE says today older LGBTQ Americans are 4 times less likely to be parents than their heterosexual and cisgender counterparts, and twice as likely to be living alone. The group connects elders with volunteers like Craig Rosenblatt.
Look at this view.
Who donate their time to accompany an elder.
And you've had experiences that I have not had with bigotry and stuff like that, where there were a lot of things that I was able to do that you were not able to do. And there's a lot of things that I was not able to do that people can do today.
In addition to companionship, SAGE also helps with housing and medical needs because they say many of the elders they work with avoid senior programs and even doctors over fear of discrimination.
There's been just a history of exclusion that forces many to either not seek care or to seek care and feel compromised in the process.
And the challenges of aging are even greater for the transgender community. 65% of trans elders felt there would be limited access to care as they aged, according to SAGE.
It's the bias of we don't want to take care of you, so.
65-year-old Morgan Mayfield, who lives in Florida, where the state has recently tried to ban gender-affirming care, says he has experienced this prejudice firsthand.
When they look at your records, they're going to see in your list of medications that you're either taking estradiol or you're taking testosterone. The question then is why? The minute you tell them that it's because you're trans, you can see the bias in their face. And you can see the slight step back from even the proximity of being close to you.
Now.
Volunteers like Craig, the work is more important than ever, giving back to a generation that paved the way for him and so many others, and for recipients like Gene, a new friend in his golden years.
We got our Christmas tree out, got it working and plugged it in and everything, and that meant everything to me.
Made you feel whole again.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching. Stay updated about breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or follow us on social media.